I've suggested that it would be appropriate for clubs not to change their jerseys in warm-ups because it's become a distraction.
The NHL commissioner wants the league to stop allowing teams to wear special pregame uniforms during the season. This is an Icethetics Flash Report for June 24th. I'm Chris. Thanks for watching. All right, let's start with the interview. Thursday afternoon, Sportsnet released a clip of Elliotte Friedman talking with NHL Commissioner Gary Bettman. Right out of the gate, they start with an unlikely topic: jerseys.
Commissioner, first of all, I understand there was a decision made on the Pride jerseys in warm-up today at Board of Governors.
Well, actually, I've suggested that it would be appropriate for clubs not to change their jerseys in warm-ups because it's become a distraction and taking away from the fact that all of our clubs in some form or another host nights in honor of various groups or causes, and we'd rather they continue to get the appropriate attention that they deserve and not be a distraction.
Distraction is an interesting word to keep using. Appropriate is too. Nothing about this seems appropriate, particularly in the midst of Pride Month, as Elliotte points out.
You're always worried about people feeling comfortable in a game in their own skin, and also it's Pride Month right now. I think that's the concerns that I would have upon hearing that.
Well, I agree those are legitimate concerns, but in the final...
The comments from Bettman come in the wake of a season where some high-profile players refused to wear Pride Night warm-up jerseys in particular. Most notably, the Florida Panthers' Eric and Mark Stahl were fairly vocal in their opposition to wearing these jerseys back in March, going as far as releasing a statement and citing unspecific religious concerns, despite the fact that Eric seemed perfectly willing to wear this rainbow-infused design while playing in Montreal just a couple of years ago. Still, it is odd that teams even let this become an issue. What happened to, it's not about the name on the back, it's about the logo on the front? What happened to being team players? Either you're with the team or you don't play. Anyway, this story is not about those guys. It should be about guys like this.
For me, really is just all about including everybody, and it's in my opinion, it's by far the greatest game in the world, and everybody's welcome in my locker room, and continuing the tradition every year and showing each and every day that hockey is for every single person. We welcome everybody.
So let's bring it back to the jerseys. Bettman stopped short of banning specialty jerseys outright. Teams will still be able to make and market their theme night sweaters, and they'll be able to continue holding auctions to benefit charitable causes. Bettman just wants to keep them off the ice. But that defeats the purpose, doesn't it? On Thursday night, I chatted with Brady Hackmeister, creative director for the Stanley Cup champion Vegas Golden Knights, a team that wore 10 different warm-up jerseys last season, highlighting everything from women's history to Hispanic heritage, along with organ donation, and of course, pride. Brady told me he's disappointed the team won't be able to continue celebrating these theme nights in the same way. He said this: "Obviously, we are still going to make a point to blow theme nights out of the water in other ways next season, but the jersey auctions have raised so much money for local charities. That's probably the worst part going forward." Player-worn warm-up jerseys have sold for as high as $10,000 in the past. Without the direct player connection, values will likely take a dive. Fans simply won't bid as much, leaving connected charities with a lot less support. But more to the point, if the NHL is truly committed to growing the game, as they like to say, how can they possibly see this as the right play? By appeasing bigotry, you serve only to make your game less inviting and less safe for a segment of your fan base prone to harassment. And that's not a great recipe for growth. It's just more of the same. What you do instead is stand against prejudice and hatred. You fight for your fan base. When did hockey start backing down from a fight? Anyway, I'm anticipating the comments about how politics have no place in sports, but there's something important to note here. Strange as it may seem, bigotry and racism are not actually political positions. What they are instead are insidious mindsets that poison an otherwise pleasant and diverse society. It's the duty of responsible brands and human beings, with popular platforms and the loudest voices, to be champions of a better world, a more inclusive world. And when they give cover to intolerance, they help the poison to fester and spread. I know I'm not the first person to say any of these things, but I do want to make sure it's being said on whatever small platform I may have. And in case I've never said it before, the Pride community absolutely has an ally in Icethetics, just as all kind and decent people do. And I don't have time for anyone who could possibly have a problem with that. It's not hard to simply treat each other with decency and compassion. Why would you not? Look, a warm-up jersey is by no means the biggest platform for important conversations about society, but it was a start. It was a way in for a league that has struggled in this area. To lose it, well, it's a bit sad. I sincerely hope that NHL owners change their minds and force Bettman to walk this statement back. But regardless, you can count on me to make an extra effort to draw attention to all of the amazing theme night jerseys and critical causes they support throughout the hockey seasons to come. Thanks as always for watching, and consider leaving a like on your way out if you don't mind. Then subscribe to the Icethetics channel if you haven't yet. That's all for now. See you next time.